Make your own bread, make your own filling. That's the bruschetta. There is no bruschetta, guys. That's the one. That is not the ultimate recipe. It's the only one, guys. Make your own. And we will do the bread. We will do this beautiful filling. I will show you what is the Italian bruschetta. And Chef Aline join us for the tasting. Final tasting as usual.
Time for tasting.
Time for tasting. I'm the best. Chef Luca, Chef Aline, life in full flavor. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, share, subscribe.
Subscribe.
And let's start with the name. Bruschetta and no bruschetta is coming from the Roman verb bruscare. That means grill on the charcoal, typical from peasant Italian cuisine or la cucina povera italiana. Easy origin because at the time of the Roman Empire, to test the olive oil, they was toasting the bread, put the olive oil and see if was good enough. For that reason, the normal bruschetta, what we know with the bruschetta, the classica, let's say like that, is just olive oil, a little bit of garlic, and the toasted bread. And that's the most important part of our bruschetta, the bread. There is no bruschetta without a right bread. Homemade, of course. This bread is quite easy and is the one that I use for the bruschetta, is what we do today. Super simple. We start with 3 cups of flour and the yeast and the salt in a bowl. We whisk a little bit. We add the warm water. Just I use the thermometer because if it's going up to 65, what we do, we kill the yeast. And that's the consistency we want. Yeah, it's wet. Not extremely wet, warm, of course, for the water. Now, we cover it, we let it rest 2 hours. Remember, it's ready when you can see that it's bubbling and duplicate the sides. After that, we fold 4 times the dough. Yeah, to create the structure. After we will cook it. That means we put in the oven 30 minutes in our Dutch oven with lid on. After that, we remove the lid and we cook another 20 minutes. That's it. And look at that. For the bruschetta, you need the sound. Incredible. Remember that bread is easy, it's just flour, yeast and salt, but the ingredient, as usual, less they are and more they make the difference. And when we speak about the bread, the flour is the most important. I will show you what to check. I got this bakery flour or bread flour, pasta flour, 00 pasta flour, really good quality. Again, gold, all-purpose flour, what always people tell you to use. Another all-purpose flour. And what's the difference? The most important that you need to check, apart the quality, is the amount of protein. The high percent of protein in the flour means that we have a high percent of glutenin that mix with the water form the gluten. This gluten is the one we need to form the structure of our bread. Extremely important. That means what we require is a high protein flour. In terms of all-purpose, and everybody say, all-purpose, be careful. We have, for example, here two, yeah? All-purpose flour, but this one, if you check, is 3% protein. The other one is 10.3% protein. Make the difference. But we found in the bread flour 11% of protein. In the pasta flour, it's a good quality, 12% protein. That means we go for a 0-0. Yeast, just dry yeast, buy a good quality, nothing special, but of course a good quality always. And salt. I watch a lot of videos where they say that the bread, of course, need to be a loaf, but the most important, they always say, you can put in the toaster, you can put in the oven, you can grill it or pan fry or whatever it is. Not true at all. For the perfect bruschetta, we grill the bread. And why we need to grill? Because what we want to form a crispy part outside, but inside still a little bit soft and crunchy. If you toast it, it's gonna be uniform. I personally don't like it, but do what you want. Remember, don't do the bread and use directly. It's not like that. It's not because it's more fresh, it's better. The bread for the bruschetta mostly need to be or rest, or is better the one from the day before. Much better. Look at that. 2 hour raising time and 1 hour. We will go for this beauty. Look at that. And if you wanna be fancy like me, you buy a rack where to rest your bread when it's coming out from the oven. The sides of the slice. I show you my, you see that? Something like that. Not too thin, not too thick, something eatable. I push the grill maximum power. What we wanna do is just create a small crust on the surface of our bruschetta, but the inside I wanna still soft, but not soft, crispy and soft at the same time. It's a combination, let's say like that. I'm a professional. That's it. And about the stripe, you don't want extremely dark stripe, because what's up? The black is bitter. To avoid that, I do a really nice light brown stripe. I'm a professional, what to do. Accessory of today, welcome to our Amazon corner. For measuring we will use again cup and spoon, yeah? I have a full set by one. A bowl, stainless steel bowl, again a whisk, but it's not extremely necessary. Digital thermometer, if you have a normal one, no problem at all. Our cast iron pot, as usual, or Dutch oven, really extremely necessary for the recipe of today. And we got this. Super nice grill, courtesy of Amazon. It's a Black & Decker grill, extremely necessary. About our grill, I got this one that have this function. It's called the 180. What it's doing, you put 180 button and you flat it up. Like this you have an incredible grilled surface. Waiting for the dough to be ready and the bread to be ready, let's do our topping and let's speak about. For the topping, I will go basic today because the most important what I explain you how to do the perfect bread. That means what we will do. Bruschetta al pomodoro e bruschetta the classic how we call. That is just garlic and olive oil and a pinch of salt. That's it. Of course, sound easy, but as usual, ingredient. In Italian cuisine, you know, is 2-3 ingredients. How I always say, choose the ones. Tomato, we say tomato, but there are a lot of different tomato. I bought, for example, those are beef tomato. They call it beef tomato because, you know, they have a lot of meat inside. If you use something like that, really nice smell. Actually, we cut the skin, we remove the inside. Okay. We wanna this avoid is what we want. Yeah. The moist. Datterino tomato are a little bit small, long sides tomato. Really sweet. This one we can use everything. Normal cherry tomato. Okay, you can buy the loose one or the premium quality on the vine. The vine is not just a decoration. When you buy them on the vine, you are sure the quality and the flavor actually is more intense. Because the flavor is coming from that and not from that. And if you wanna be fancy, we got full heirloom cherry tomato. Very nice to make it a little bit more excited. Fresh garlic. Of course, don't buy a peel one. We will use 1-2 cloves, depend. We will put a little bit on the tomato. And after for our bruschetta, I will show you what to do with this baby. And fresh basil, yeah? Super easy, fresh basil. I bought it in the pot. More fresh we cannot. Extra virgin olive oil and salt. And that's it. And you ask at the end what you will use. I will do a combination. You know, every tomato have a different flavor. That means some it's a little bit more sweet, some it's a little bit more acid, some a little bit more sour. The combination will make the difference in terms of flavor. But believe me, if the tomatoes are good, do what you want. Okay. This is what we want, yeah? We will use that. The most important and beautiful flavor is on the skin, actually. This, of course, don't throw it. You can blend it, do a sauce with that, whatever you wanna do, but never throw nothing. We take this and we do a small cube. You see? That's it, easy life. When we speak about this, we said we don't cut the inside, that means I will chop it in 6 pieces. The same we will do with our mini datterini tomato. Those are more sweet and those are a little bit more acid. And for the second bruschetta, or the first one, what in Italy we consider it the bruschetta, we need just one ingredient. That. With this, we can do it. Of course, mix it with a little bit of olive oil and a pinch of salt if you want. But that's it. And when the bread is still warm, coming directly from the grill, we take our garlic, we slice in half, and we brush this baby. We want the smell of the garlic, but not the garlic itself. Unbelievable. Olive oil on top, pinch of salt, and that's it, guys. Don't invent the wheels, that's the one. The garlic. For the tomato, I will chop for this amount, more or less, 1 garlic cloves. Of course, this is about you and how much garlic you like. Balance yourself, do what you want. There is not really rules for that. One important thing about the garlic. You see that? Yeah, the inside part. This is called the soul of the garlic. This part, the mini part inside, is the one people normally don't digest it. I normally, as a professional, remove it. Something like that. Not really precise, you know, you need roughly chopped but smaller pieces. You wanna get it, but you don't wanna get a full clove, of course. Salt. Be generous with the salt. Remember that tomatoes are full of water. That means you put salt, they absorb the salt, they release the water, and you lose the flavor of salt in your tomato. That means be generous. When you think the salt is enough, add another spoon. And one more. Be generous with your olive oil. Bruschetta and Italian people love olive oil. I really love it. When it's enough, I always put more. When we have those, of course, both brush it with a little bit of garlic and olive oil. One will stay like that and enjoy. One, we will dress it with our tomato. I slice it, and that's it. Of course, some extra basil on top, and that's it. And look at that. The perfect Italian bruschetta. Don't say never bruschetta, but bruschetta. Bruschetta, classic, tomato. Make your own bread, enjoy your bruschetta. And Chef Aline, join us for the tasting, final tasting as usual.
Time for tasting.
Time for tasting. I'm the best.